when you don't win, you're dumb. You don't know enough to get in out of the rain. But when you win, you're smart. And I was the only dumb person left in our league, and I'm glad that we won, so at least they can't say, well, he never won. And that's one thing that maybe it's selfishness on my part, but it is the one thing that I get that stigma off me.
A tense football game, Kurt. This could be one of the really important plays. The opening kickoff. You'll see where the tension's at. I know where it is. Remember this move.
Cox is a chiropractor, and he massages that one. It's not too deep. Taken by Preston Pearson, and he fights his way over his 35 to his 36-yard line. He should have a win behind him. And it's a boomer. McCullum, the rookie of Montana State, takes it on the 13. Ooh, he's blasted down. Covering that kick was Ed Bradley, the headhunter. 10. From the Viking 34. And that's Dave Arthur. Trying to plunge up the middle, and he runs into Mean Joe Green.
Okay. We said this man is the heart of it. You bet he is. Joe Green, attacking that middle, stopping him cold. Lambert helping out on the play.
First and 15 for Pittsburgh from their 37. Meyer holding through at the 50.
Oh, wow.
The Vietnam War veteran has a first down. He's brought to the turf by Jeff Wright.
All right, we're talking against Oakland. Rocky Flower was the guy that gained right close to the 100 yards. You'll see this little trap play come right back up through the middle. A beautiful hole. Nobody's in there. Winston's gone. Seaman's gone. Krause is the first one that picks him up.
Running game going. There's it out to Lewis. Goes to the 45. He's the fastest player in the Steeler club. And he's back to the Minnesota 45, where he's upended by Wally Hilgenberg. He's under 14. Trying to get outside is Foreman, and he's hit by Jack Ham, the young, excellent outside linebacker. He's going to be one of the greats before he's through, from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, later at Penn State University. They call him Hayseed. He's tall. Look at him, 6'4".
I'd call him Mr. Hayseed.
Target is 2 out of 4 in passing. Back he goes again. This is blocked, and it's hit there by L.C. Greenwood. Look at the golden shoes. He stands 6'6.5". Roy Girillo was shaking his head about missing that field goal. Vikings ball, first down on their 20. Foreman and Osborne behind Fran Tarkenton. And tripped up is Chuck Foreman. Coming up, Andy Russell, 44, and now the Steeler 47. They've had excellent position during the entire first period. Flyer playing with shrapnel in his body. Had the Bronze Star and Purple Heart from Vietnam. On the Minnesota 43-yard line. No score, 2:45 remaining in the first period. Delay, and then storming through is Harris at the 35. Harris bangs his way inside the 30 to the Minnesota 28. Jim Marshall had to catch it from behind.
Coming right at you. Here's a man that knows how to run. Good move to the inside. They blocked Eller to the inside.
Good block by Blyer there.
Perfect block.
On Seaman, and he's doing it. Look at Marshall chasing from the other side, Dero.
Yeah, that's great pursuit by the elderly Marshall. First period. Bradshaw, the bootleg at the 25-20, and he stepped out of bounds. A very dangerous runner. He's a third running back in the backfield.
I was checking some of these pregame statistics, and his average gain per carry is like 5.7, but there's no way that was an option. He was going to run with it from the beginning. Had a good flow. You see him trying to direct a little traffic there. Skips over right coming up. Lost his balance a little, but he's going to go out of bounds. This
Targeting and throwing most of the time. And he hands it off. And this Pittsburgh defense is tough. Osborne is stopped. And there's the gun. That's the end of the first period. The score, Pittsburgh nothing, Minnesota nothing. White 6'5". Second down 10 for the Vikings. Oh, look at that, Ernie Holmes. Look at that charge at Holmes on Dave Osborne. He almost tackled the ball, the quarterback, and the runner at the same time.
We're seeing just beautiful defense. Andy Maurer has moves to the inside.
Trying to cut him off, D-Roll, and he didn't make that cutoff block. Ernie Holmes.
Quick trap did not work.
Third down. Target, look at this rush on him. Look at this, look at this. He's going to have to unload. And it is nearly intercepted by Andy Russell. It was meant for Gilliam and Russell. 34 was right in front of him. What a pass rush those Steelers have.
Oh, yeah, that's really going to cause them trouble all day. If they can't run, then they're really in trouble.
The Steelers were number 1, 52 sacks. The Rams were second in the league. They've established a running game. They've had 61 yards rushing so far. Bradshaw gives the ball to Franco Harris, and he rumbles around. He's up to the 20. See how he can get outside? When he gathers that momentum, he can accelerate. He was taken out by Jeff Seaman, the middle linebacker.
Part of the attitude must be that they're going to try to get to the outside of Carl Eller.
Again, a reverse.
That little step and that little roll around got just enough of the flow to the inside.
Vikings play it this way. They wait for mistakes.
They got to run, though, Kurt. They're not doing that. Look at that defensive line and the defensive unit of Pittsburgh. Man, they're all over it.
Third down, 8 for Pittsburgh from their 24. Bradshaw, quick with the Stallworth. A speedster is brought down. First down, and he's 46. Listen, he can shake it.
You bet he can.
Second down, 7. Vikings have the win. Fumble, they got here, and it is
Safety time.
a safety.
You betcha.
A safety, and Pittsburgh has scored. Osborne and Tarkington were going for it. Got away from Tarkington. Greenwood was putting the heat on, and it's a safety.
All right. Only we've been dealing this. It looks like the things are physically. That's White coming in after Brandon. The mix-up, obviously, in the handoff.
And Minnesota, nothing. And it's been the steel curtain so far for the Steelers. Greenwood, Green, Holmes, and White up front. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Osborne stopped. They just can't run on it. That's L.C. Greenwood, or Dwight White, 78 on him. Left around the 25-yard line of Pittsburgh for the first down. Now he fades straight out of the pocket.
Got him.
He's
got back row Mel Blunt.
William, it's intercepted by Mel Blunt. The ball popped high in the air in the end zone.
Oh.
And the Steelers intercept. They're a great takeaway team.
Hey, that's got to be super. You talk about some coverage. He did have Gilliam open down there. Good protection this time. We're isolated on Gilliam going across the middle. Zero, help me. I don't know who it was that hit him.
He goes right at the teeth of it. We said earlier.
But he's open there. Look at him.
He was going away from it, but watch the safety man, Glenn Edwards, always coming. That is a pop.
It was Edwards, a good pop. It bounced up in the air. Mel Blunt's 47 over there. He's watched it come through.
Super.
As Osborne makes that tackle, you saw Blunt slip a little bit.
Don, it appears that Fran has gone away totally from his running attack, and I don't think he's going to get away with it. I just feel that he'll be intercepted several times if he stays that way.
That was in that if and buts category that I was talking about before the game.
Well, so far you're a little bit behind.
I'm close, though.
2-0.
He slipped,
Kick. And it is fumbled by McCullum and just saved. Let's see who's got it. Right down there at the bottom of the pile is Marv Kellum. Kellum recovered. 54. Gravel and Kolb the tackle. Mullins and Clack at guards. Mansfield at center, the Lone Ranger. Franco Harris pushes through at the 20. 15. Get the block. He may go. No, he's pushed out. Carl Eller saved it. Eller pushed him out.
Well, Kurt, this thing is really turned around here, and this is the bread and butter man all year. Franco Harris off tackle following Blair's block. He kicks Hilgenberg out. Seaman couldn't get there. This is Eller. Watch Eller, number 81. He's the one that makes the tackle. Krause missed him first.
Stallworth made a fine block right there at the end.
All right, take it again, Nero.
Let's take a look at this.
They got Pace going to the outside.
Go to Kolb's side also again. Now here comes.
Second down 9.
Look at that opening over there.
Running to the flag.
Oh,
He's over.
wow.
Pittsburgh scores. Jerry Mullins threw the block for him.
Boy, did he throw a block, Kurt. You call it right on the button. They go to their left. They've been running so beautifully there.
Counter step.
72, the man from USC. Here's the block. Great block
On Hilgenberg. Seaman can't get there.
And Franco Harris is 99 yards rushing. Pittsburgh 9 and Minnesota nothing.
Well,
Franco Harris coming out to the 30.
Fumble.
Big pileup. Now they'll untangle him. Franco recovered his own fumble. The Steelers ahead 9-0. They're on their 36-yard line. They have a second down and a foot to go. He has 100 yards in this game on the ground. He had 111 against Oakland. He's over now. They're ahead 9-0. Play action pass is out. Gets away. He'll run it. He's at the 50 and he sprints out of bounds into the Viking bench. Osborne.
At home.
Ernie Holmes, he's been there. 63. Greenwood, Green, and White have the nicknames. Foreman's out in motion. They're trying to spread him. Drop play to Osborne. And that is number 68, L.C. Greenwood. He's one of the fastest defensive ends in football. Very quick.
well, what can you say? This defense got them into the Super Bowl, and up to this point, this defense has gone a long way toward winning it. From the line of scrimmage, L.C. Greenwood moving in beautifully.
They're not getting a chance to start, are
No,
they?
they've got the strength and the speed to go with it.
Second down, 12 for the Vikings with the Pittsburgh 47. That was blocked again. It's intercepted by Joe Green. It was blocked by Dwight White. A flag is down and intercepted by Joe Green.
Joe Green's second interception of the year.
The Steelers 9, Minnesota nothing. Third down and 4 for the Vikings. Target is setting up down the middle. It is tipped away. It was intended for Foreman. Glenn Edwards was there, 27. Wagner was on him too. They double teamed him on the Pittsburgh 5 after the interference call. And there's a fumble, a pile up at the 5. Up with the ball is Joe Green.
You think me and Joe's running that ball?
And the Steelers have it. The Vikings blew another draft. Joe Green, who's intercepted a pass, comes up with a fumble at the 5-yard line.
Joe's telling him about it. Lay it on him, Joe. Lay it on him, baby. Yeah, ain't nothing to do it but to do it.
Well, leadership is such a big part of everything, and this man is the leader. There is no doubt.
Leaders are lonely, but they live such a good life.
Here it is. Foreman's having such a tough time. Last year, he only got 18 yards.
Didn't make a good handoff again. Green's looking for the ball. I think he reaches in there and takes it away from everybody.
That's a third turnover against Minnesota, 2 against Pittsburgh.
There goes Franco.
Boy, he's piling it up now.
That's what the Vikings have not been able to do, Kurt. They've not been able to give the ball to one of their backs all day.
Here's a block punt again. Matt Blair will be coming in from your left, 59. He gets up in the air and blocks it. Bounds into the end zone, and Terry Brown of Oklahoma State alertly going to throw for it. Shoots it deep. And it's caught. Brown, the tight end, has a first down. Fumbles the ball. And let's see.
Vikings got it.
Minnesota has it.
Jackie Wallace there. They're really popping, Don. Both teams.
Now you see that ball coming out pretty quick. That's the referee's choice. That's one of those decision things. And his decision was to give it to Pittsburgh. And down here in New Orleans, they have a way of stopping ball games when they don't like those decisions.
Viking fans booing. Flags are down on a straight-ahead play. Flyer, big hole, running, loose for a first down.
All right.
Paul Krause had it dropping there. They ripped it open for him that time. All the way to the Steelers 16.
Whenever you think about...
All right, here it is. Take it, Donald.
Nero, it's just that you hit them where they ain't. That's the thing they've been keying on is Harris all day. And Blyer had a good game against Oakland last week. Huge hole in there. Cobb's coming out in front of him. Krause.
See if they run or pass for it. This drive is used a lot of time. There's a rollout. Bradshaw fires. And a touchdown.
Brown.
Larry Brown, the tight end. Bradshaw to Brown. A 66-yard drive by the Steelers, who surged right back.
From the ground level, you're going to see a great move, I think, by Bradshaw. He put the pressure on him on the outside, rolled out. Here he goes. He has the option of running and throwing. Cobb falls down, which could be a handicap to him. You'll see Seaman running over. Bradshaw stops and drills this thing right in the middle with Brown. He found his opening back in the middle. There's Krause. Is too late.
Bradshaw's been booed for 5 years in Pittsburgh. He has come into his own the last month.
3:31 to go.
He lost his job in preseason. He had a sore arm. Pittsburgh 16, Minnesota 6.
Harbin the defense against.
Vikings ball on their 39. Targeting going deep to Gilliam. Intercepted by Mike Wagner. Wagner's at the 40. At the 50, still going. And is down on the Minnesota 41-yard line. Ron Yeri made the tackle.
Well,
Wagner intercepted.
there was no doubt, Kurt, he was going to go up in the air with it, and there was no doubt in my mind it was going to be intercepted. This is the spot when the Steeler defense gets you, they don't let you away. Mike Wagner does it. That secondary move so beautiful.
Steelers led the National Football League in takeaways. When they've got the ball, they like to keep it. When they don't have the ball, they want to get it back from you.
Let's take another look at it. He didn't have that much pressure, but he's throwing into a desperation situation, and that's when you get intercepted.
Pittsburgh's had 229 yards rushing this game. Franco Harris, and he's broken Larry Sonka's Super Bowl record. A new Super Bowl rushing record for Franco Harris. Who's the most valuable player in the game? Is it Harris? Is it Joe Green? Is it Terry Bradshaw?
They all are,
or
Kurt.
L.C. Greenwood?
You had 22 footballs. You'd have to give it to every one of them.
Vikings have called timeout now with 1:40. There's a new record. Franco Harris has run for 159 yards. Joe Green, Ernie Holmes. Green at the age of 28, that's still a young front four the Steelers have. The youngest is White. L.C. Greenwood is signed with the Birmingham Barons, the only man they'd lose. Terry Bradshaw, right here close by from Louisiana Tech. Lost his job, gained it back midway in the season, and got better as each game. Has now reached a young peak. This is just his 5th year. He'll be their man from now on. They can't play 3 quarterbacks anymore the way he's performed. He's thrown 14 passes a day, completed 9. He's run the club beautifully and done everything right. For the Vikings, on defense, Seaman and Alan Page were standouts. I think another incredible statistic, if you didn't see this game and you looked at the figures, the Pittsburgh Steelers did not have a sack to the quarterback. And yet, they had a tremendous rush on Fran Tarkenton. 5 times they tipped his passes. This is Rocky Blyer. He's down. And the American Conference is now dominating the Super Bowl. This will be their 3rd win in a row. Miami twice. Pittsburgh today. Dallas interrupted the string. This will be the 6th American Football Conference win, the 3 for the National Conference. The offensive unit gets a hand. Franco Harris going off. Penn State's happy about his performance today. Who's filled in for Andy Russell. Franco Harris says, we're number 1, and he's been number 1 today, the most valuable player. We're down now to 15 seconds to go. The Steeler fans counting it off. The Vikings trying to line up. An awesome physical team were the Steelers today. Up goes Harris. Joe Green. Pittsburgh, the Super Bowl chance. Chuck Noll's up there. Pittsburgh wins it 16-6. Chuck Noll being carried off. They were about the worst team in pro football when he took over. They rebuilt by the draft, not by trading. They made every number 1 and 2 pick count. They're still a very young team. I would say their best years are ahead of them. A team that may not have even reached its peak, that just started to come into its own in the last 6 weeks of this season. And the future opponents are going to have some trouble. To the Vikings, another bitter loss for them, but their organization has been here 3 times now in the last 6 years. Kurt Gowdy thanking you for viewing it. The final score, Pittsburgh 16 and Minnesota 6.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I